Okay guys, in this video we will further outline the structure of our song. So let's get started with copying the entire drop we have until now. Take everything and copy paste it. I thought that this section of the song sounds pretty good if it's repeated twice, so that's why we are copying it. Of course some tweaks need to be made to the drums and etc. Let's do that now actually. So at the end of the second section we will take our bass drums and we will do it like this. Let's hear what that sounds like. Let's get rid of those last bass drums. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we will copy the entire thing again. Paste it. And then we are gonna loop Ctrl L the first section of the third, the first MIDI clips of the third section of our drop. And now we will try and make a completely different bass line. One that is similar to the one that we had, but entirely different at the same time. So we got some variation in our track. So I would just try at first to just move around some of these notes. Maybe put this in the end of the section. And then this as well. And then we will put this one to the start. And see what that sounds like. Put that also over here. Maybe put that up instead of down. And then here we're gonna make some variation. Let's make that one like that. And now let's hear how the transition from our first bass line into the next bass line sounds. I think that sounds pretty good. You see how you can make these variations on your bass line by just shifting the notes and moving them towards the beginning or the end of the section, and then the other sound of the bass line, moving that in the opposite direction. That really, it's really the same sounds as the previous bass line, but just in on a different timing. And that really sounds similar but entirely different at the same time, and that's what you want. So now for the next MIDI clip, let's do the same thing, but since the end of the clip is has to support this rolling of the drums, we will make a little variation on the thing. So it has to be done manually, not just copy pasting the previous MIDI clip. You really have to be careful about that. Like so. And that one we will just keep the way it was. Now we will move this one to the front. And let's listen what that sounds like. Okay, then we can copy the first section to the third section, because that will be entirely the same. But the fourth section is a little variation again, so we will do that manually. So again, move this to the end. Move this to the front and listen what it sounds like. And then we just copy the entire thing again. The entire bass line, the drums don't need to be changed, because we already did edits to those. Okay, so what I don't like is that we repeat the same pattern of 4 blocks and we repeat it twice to 8 blocks. It sounds a bit too repetitive, and then the next 8 blocks are different, but again, because it's 8 blocks in a row, it sounds too repetitive. So what I suggest we do is leave that one there, the last 4, but we will shift these 4 and these 4 to, and we switch them places. So then we got baseline 1, baseline 2, baseline 1 again, and baseline 2 again. So I will take these, I will copy paste them, then I will take these, move them there, and then copy paste the other ones there. And now I will color code this. So I know, okay, this section is a different baseline than this section, and this section is the same baseline as this section. It's just color coding is just a structured way of working, and it really makes you see what you're doing. Okay, so let's hear what that sounds like. Okay, so that sounds better. Let me think, what can we do next? Well, I would suggest to add some small variations on the second half of our drop. So in this section,
thank you for trying this demo.
Let me think what we can do. We can probably just introduce some double notes, maybe here. And maybe here. And maybe here. And then in the second section, remember how we talked about different bass drum patterns in jump up tunes? So we opted to remove this one and this one, but instead of removing those, in the second section of the drop I will place them right there. So it will really give you an up tempo of the beat. Let's see what that sounds like. So let's do the same over here. And for all these, okay, and let's leave it at this for this video, and we will continue in the next video. So see you in the next one. Bye bye.